Good morning. Welcome to the introduction to Qigong video that I wish I had when I started doing this work. This work is an exploration of the body-mind connection, and with some of this information, we can fast track our healing. So I want to do a short discussion about why Qigong is such a powerful tool to change, to transform our body and mind system. And then I want to show you guys some of my favorite accessible moves so that you guys can feel the Qi moving through your body. So Qigong, sometimes it's written with a QI, sometimes it's CHI. Either way, it still means energy skill. Both of those phrases are translations of the Chinese language, which does not have characters. The Q was translated from Russian first and then into English, and the CHI was translated into English first. But it's the same term, energy skill, Qigong. Qigong is effective as a tool to help us transform our body-mind because it incorporates functional movements. Functional movements being spinal rotations, spinal movements, deep squats. And so a lot of the awkward movements that we see people demonstrate when they have been physically stagnant don't really manifest with regular Qigong practice because it's moving the body in a complete dynamic way. It also incorporates mindfulness into the exercise routine. And so it can be hard sometimes to do exercise and do meditation and to do social connection or emotional work all in one day. But Qigong really wraps these things together by incorporating functional movement, mindfulness, and the next two. And so really what we do when we practice Qigong is we start to integrate different modalities of our lives, both into our practice and into our health system. The next thing we do is we incorporate conscious breath. We use our breath to stimulate the movement. Conscious breath connects the conscious and unconscious minds because breathing itself can be both completely unconscious, you could not think about it all day, or it can be completely conscious and we can focus on it. And so breath itself represents the bridge between these two worlds. And when we use that intentionally, we bring the ocean of our unconscious and subconscious minds into contact with our conscious minds. And the last thing that Qigong incorporates, and this may be the most important, is intention. Oftentimes people do things without seeing or knowing why. And in Western scientific communities, they even have a derogatory name for this. They call it the placebo effect. But in Qigong, we don't call it the placebo effect. We use this as a quantum scientific tool to not deny our experience, but to incorporate our experience with the activities and the results we anticipate. Okay, so Qigong moves the human system from the sympathetic state to the parasympathetic state. And what that means, because I didn't know what these words meant when I started studying this, sympathetic means fight or flight. Sometimes it can mean flee or fawn. It's the anxious, contracted state of a body. So we want to move from this to the parasympathetic state, which is the rest, the relax, the flow. Why is it important to move from the sympathetic state to the parasympathetic state? Here's the big takeaway. When we move into the parasympathetic state, we heal faster, we experience more pleasure, we think more clearly, we rest better. And so just by doing some of these practices, we can start to shift the body from an anxious, contracted state to a spacious, expansive state. Does that sound good? All right, well, I'm going to move this board and show you guys a few of my favorite Qigong routines. Okay, let's get ready to do some Qigong. When we start off connecting with Qigong, it is taking us on a journey for the healing of our body-mind system. And like any journey, we start by looking at a map. And when we look at the map, we start with where we are. So place your hands over your lower belly, your lower abdomen. Take a few deep breaths into your lower belly, into your belly button, below your belly button. Feel the diaphragm press out as you inhale. Feel the diaphragm pull back in towards the spine as you exhale. Great. Now we're going to start to open up the spine with a movement called Move Your Body Like a River. Take your feet wider than shoulder width apart, hands on your knees. We're going to start to move from side to side, moving the hips, then the middle back, then the neck. So hips, middle back, neck. We're just going to rock back and forth like this. Connecting with our breath, we connect with our conscious breath, inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. Feel the space in the lateral sides of the spine. Feel the fluidity in the movement. Breathing in one direction, exhaling in the other. Slowing down, and let's hang forward. Now roll your spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, setting the shoulders back. We're going to do heart to sky now. Take your thumb knuckles and press them into your sternum. Lower your chin a little bit in your chest and exhale completely. When we inhale, we're going to open up and press out through the palms on each side. And exhale and close and bring your hands back in together. Heart to earth. Open up with an inhale. Heart to sky. Feel the front of the ribs open. Exhale. Feel the back stretch. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Feel the contraction and expansion of the energy. One more time. Good job. Great. So a tiger sits in the grass. Get your feet just a touch wider than hip width. Get out your tiger claws. So that's palms out, tips of fingers pointed in. We're going to inhale up, pulling up all the things that we may not be happy with in our lives, and exhale down, compost it into the earth. And our hips are going down to our heels. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, digging up all the parts of ourselves that we may not look at. Exhale down, compost it to the earth. this is really good. The ability to squat down is a sign of biological health. In the sense of age, it's not just a number. One more time. It's the state of the body. Good job. Inhale up, cross your wrists, and let out a tiger growl. Shake it out. That one's really good to release. It's really good for bringing awareness to below the diaphragm. Most people in our culture are so cerebral that there's very little awareness of the body below the upper diaphragm, which includes a lot of really important organs. The liver, the spleen, kidneys, the sexual organs, and the pelvic floor itself, which connects to the cranial sacral humps. All right, great. Now, I want to show you one that a man in North Carolina, Michael Wynn, taught me. This is called ocean wave breathing. It's a really good practice for starting to feel Qi. Get your legs hip width apart. We start inhaling, opening our arms. Exhaling. Inhaling. Feel the exhaling close in. Feel the gravitational, energetic density, inhaling, of this space here between the hands, the pressure that builds. It may take some people longer to start to exhaling, to start to feel the pressure, but it's there. Exhaling in, inhaling out. One more time. Great, relax your hands. All right, and the last posture I want to teach you guys is the first one I teach people when I was a public school teacher, because it's the best posture I know of for calming the mind out of the fight-flight space, for bringing the mind down to the belly where everything's safe. It's called pulling down the heavens. We inhale our arms up and around, and then we exhale and comb through the chi field down in front of us. Inhaling up and around. Exhaling down. Inhaling up and around. Exhaling down. Go ahead and you can move at your own pace. Connecting to your breath. One more time. Hands over your belly, feet together. Connect to your breath. See what's changed in the body through this short practice. See if you feel any lighter in your body. And I hope you have a blessed day. My name's Davey Calico. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a great day.